Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mastering the Shadows. I am your host, Mystic Lee, and today we are going to be focusing on tarot like we did last week, but also some oracle cards. And I think I'm going to use this light oracle deck to start with. So before we get started, I always like to clear the energy. We want to do this whenever we start working with spirit, right? Because we collect a lot of energy on our being that doesn't necessarily belong to us. We pick up energy from driving down the road. We pick up energy from dealing with a neighbor, whether it's high or low. So before we start inviting spirit in, we want to make sure that we clear the energy, and we want to make sure our energy is clear as well. And we can do that any moment. At any moment we feel that we're not centered in ourselves, we can just take that big deep breath in through our nose, and then releasing it. In and out. And wherever you are, it can help bring you to balance. Hey, Mark, welcome. Hey, Laura, good afternoon. So let's go ahead and take this moment to just kind of breathe in and breathe out, allowing ourselves to relax and to release, and allowing for that self-truth to come up. Breathing in and breathing out as you allow for that tension around your neck to drop and let go. Breathing in and out as you feel your arms drop and relax and let go. Breathing in and breathing out as you feel that tension in your chest drop and relax. Breathing in and out as you feel the tension in your stomach unwind and let go. Allowing it to flow. Allowing for that tension to unwind down your spine. Unwind from your hips. Breathing in and out as that energy moves down through your thighs, down through your knees as it unwinds, letting go. Letting go and allowing yourself to go with the flow as that energy continues to flow down through your legs, flowing down through your knees, and moving down towards your ankles. Breathing in and out as it drops down through the heels and through the bottom of your feet. And just letting it all go back down to Mother Earth. Breathing in and breathing out. With every new fresh breath you breathe in, you bring in new vibrant energy into your body. And as you breathe out, you let go. You're letting go of what's not good for your body. But you know what? That carbon, as you release it, is actually really nutritious to the plants around us. And as those plants breathe it in, it releases what is toxic to them, which is oxygen, which is nurturing to us. So as we breathe, it is that continuous remembrance of letting go, because what doesn't serve you nurtures something else. So it's okay to let it go. All right. Hey, Carol. Hey, Lynette. Hey, Joshua. Hey, Cheryl. Hey, Tammy. Welcome. Hey, Pram over on spiritrealm.net. So Pram is asking, can I get a health reading? Thank you. All right. So Pram, we're going to start with you. And with your reading. So what we have here is we have tarot and then we have oracle. So how we're going to approach this question is first we're going to use tarot. So that way we can kind of look to see what kind of is specifically playing around with your health, right? Okay. So first we're going to start with tarot. And of course, we want to clear the deck. We can clear the deck with using something like a selenite crystal, right? And if you don't have a crystal with you, you can always hit the energy right out of the deck to clear it out. So Pram, I'm going to start with your question. So, hey, Andrea, welcome. First time. I'm glad to meet you. Hey, Corinna. Hey, Joshua is saying just make sure your plants aren't toxic to household pets. Yes, that is always important, Joshua. Hey, Mark. All right, so Tammy's asking about her relationship. All right, so as I get through the readings, just put it down in the comments as many times as you'd like what you're interested in for a reading. If you want a tarot, if you want an oracle reading, or if you have a question to be asking. So, wow, Bill is saying my ex called me after 22 years. Wow. So that 22, that's, that's definitely significant there. Hey, Timmy, welcome. First time. Hey, Corinna, welcome. Oh, this is so exciting. So many new people. All right, so Pram, let me start on your reading. All right, so I've been sitting here shuffling the cards. So I want to focus, right, when you're doing a tarot reading, if it's not for yourself, right, I'm doing this reading for Pram. So I want to focus on Pram's energy, right? So that's why we did the breathing with the bowl, is to make sure that your energy, your self-truth energy is a little more vibrant, makes it easier for me to connect with you. So, all right, Pram. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to using that Celtic spread, right? Because the Celtic spread allows us to look into kind of the specifics of what's going on, right? So this card, right, is going to represent the root and what's in the subconscious of the situation. This card on top is more of what is the conscious part of, really what's going on in your life. And then these 4 cards, north, east, south, and west, are all other factors that are playing in on to what's happening within your situation, but it's not like a main focus, right? That's the 2 cards in the center. So, okay. So we're going to start off with what's happening. We've got your Lover's card here. So this is showing us that part of what's going on with your health situation has to do with your partner, right? So there's more than one card in the deck that represents romance and love and different types of relationships, right? The Lovers represents a romantic relationship, but one that goes beyond just physical romance. This is about a relationship where you're either bound by, let's say, marriage, or you're connected mentally, like with the same interests, or just have the same perspective in life where there aren't others. So this is a huge foundation to your health, right? What we have over it is we have the 10 of Swords. So the 10 of Swords is about overthinking things, beating yourself up, right? So what this is showing me here is you are depending on your relationship, right, to help build your health, right? But you're also beating yourself over with the situation. So you're overthinking what's going on with your health, right? A lot of our health has to do with what they call the placebo effect. What we think, right, in our mind about our physical being has a huge impact on our health. This is why even with pharmaceuticals, when they test a pharmaceutical drug, instead of testing their product against other products that are already on the market that are similar, they test it against a placebo effect, because just what our mind thinks over our health is often more powerful than even the medication itself, right? That's why they test against a placebo. So we are seeing this playing here, and we are seeing this also showing me that, part of your health is also connected to that relationship to another person. So we're going to find out kind of more of the details of what's playing in on that, right? Because right now, I can't specifically tell if your relationship is causing some of your health issues or helping you get through some of your health issues. So we're going to try and rely on the other cards around the situation to try and clear that up. So we've got 8 of Cups to your north here. So that is showing about being emotionally overwhelmed and feeling like you need to leave a situation. Here we have the Hierophant. So it does show that there is a lot of yang energy, masculine energy, some of that patriarchal energy, right? That is helping to guide you on spiritually through this health. Opposite of the 8 of Cups, we do have the 3 of Swords. So here, this is showing me that you are feeling like you need to walk away because you feel like you've gone through too much. So this can be showing that, again, it's your relationships with other people. They're so deep to you that when that relationship isn't working out the best it needs to be, it impacts your health very dramatically. Here we have the Fool, and we have the Fool across from the Hierophant. So what this is showing me is, while you've allowed for this yang energy to pull you through life, to guide you, it has also been part of the Fool, right? You've learned a lot on this journey, but it's not necessarily been all for you, all about you. So I would say, with how this reading is coming out, that with what's going on with your health situation right now, you really should look around to the people you're surrounding yourself with as you're going through health, right? Really think, does this person make you feel sick? Do you feel like you have to walk on eggs? Do you feel stress? Listen to your body when you're around other people. If your body feels relaxed, feels calm, your mind's not racing as much, this is your self-truth just acting out on how it feels when it's around these people. So just kind of take a step back and listen to yourself. Listen to how yourself is responding, and kind of shift out some of those people out of your life that make you feel tense, that make your body hurt or ache, and spend more time with yourself. Maybe go out in nature, or spend more time with those people who make you feel more comfortable, that make you feel more nurtured. And that's going to help to improve your health and your overall well-being. So that's the message that we're getting here about your health reading. And then we can actually use an oracle card on top of it to ask, what kind of guidance does Spirit have for you, right? So this is kind of that difference between using tarot versus using oracle, right? So tarot allowed for us to dig into some of the specifics with what's going on. And then again, we're going to use the oracle cards, right? We want to either knock out the energy, right? Or use our selenite wand to clear the deck. So Pram, we're going to pull this one card for you just to see what kind of direct guidance that Spirit wants to give for you for, about your health in general. Now that we've seen kind of what's going on, right? All right, let's see here. Here it is. Come here. Okay. All right, so it says mirror. Who or what is triggering you? Don't you just love it when the oracle card just says exactly what I feel like that I just interpreted that tarot reading to be? See, and that's another thing about if you want to pair up oracle with tarot, right? I just went through this whole deck. You guys just saw me mixing it up, whatever. And you saw me pull this card, and it was literally just what I was saying. I was saying, who or what is triggering you, right? Listening to your body. If your body feels triggered by someone, separate them out of your life, right? That's the whole part, that whole message with your health. So who or what is triggering you? Remove it as best you can from your life. It will improve your health. Hey, Tony. How are you doing? all the way from Portugal. I'm so glad to see you. I see you all the time on Facebook. I feel like we get to chat, and I haven't really seen you in one of my live videos, so this is exciting. Hey, Bernice, welcome. Hey, Laura. Laura is, for my appointment, I can handle it. Do I have cancer? Oh, okay, so another health question. All right. Hey, Carla. Carla is saying, hey, everyone. All right, so Pram, I hope that this resonates with you. If you guys are wanting to, I guess, kind of get ahead of others for it being quicker for me to see you, if you'd like a reading, join us over on the spiritrealm.net. Spiritrealm.net, because it's easier for me to see you. Just saying. Okay. So thank you, Pram, so much for tuning in. Again, I hope that resonates for you. All right, so who else would like a reading? Hey, Corinne, all the way from South Africa. You guys, this is what I absolutely love about going live. It's such a magical experience because we all get to connect from all over the world, right? Throughout all space and time, we are connecting at one time, right? We talk about meditating, right? Using meditation to connect with others across space and time, astral projection to connect with each other over space and time. But we also have the internet to help connect us over space and time. And I just think it's like the coolest, piece of magic that is so physical, that we've manifested so physically in this existence. It's just so cool. So, hey, Janine. Look, I need to wear my glasses. Janae, right? Hey, Janae over on spiritrealm.net. General reading, please. Thank you. You're welcome, Janae. Let me pull this. Let me do a general reading for you. Okay, so since it's a general reading and we're not asking anything specific, we can still do the same thing with the Celtic spread. Or because it's more general and we're not asking anything specific, we can do like the 3-card reading that we did last week. So I'll show you guys how to do that next. And that does make it a little bit easier when it is a general reading, right? Sometimes. Hey, Cheryl, welcome. Cheryl Nelson. Hey, Mimi Khan. Joshua is asking, can I pick up on your abilities? So, Joshua, there's so many people here in this chat. We would have to do a one-on-one session to really be able to tap in. And starting with your third eye, right? Because that's where a lot of our abilities are hiding. So if you guys are wanting to bring that out and you use crystals at all, something like amethyst, right, is perfect for bringing out any of your psychic abilities. All right, Janae, so here we go. We are going to do the 3-card pull. And again, there's multiple ways you can do it. You can, start off with putting down 1 card for each one, right? If you want to see how the cards are guided for each pile. Or you can shuffle it around. There's a few different ways you can kind of connect to the 3 piles. Right? Okay, so we have 3 cards that I'm pulling for you, just a general reading, right? We have your 4 of Swords here, your Page of Wands, and then we've also got your 5 of Wands. So I know a lot of people read cards like when it's upside down, like they'll read it as the inverted message only. I personally don't, just because that's just I don't know. That's just not how I personally connect to the cards. I like to feel it both ways and then allow for spirit to kind of direct to me how that energy is flowing, because it's normally a little more detailed than that. So with the 4 of Swords, right? The 4 of Swords represents rest, sleeping, taking time for yourself, right? Page of Wands is talking about starting something new, starting a new skill, starting a new job, or making new friends, right? And then we also have 5 of Wands. So 5 of Wands is also talking about, We got some chaos going on here. This chaos, right? It's on the other end of this Four of Swords. So obviously this drama that's going on in your life is really making you tired right now. And that's why you have the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is here to remind you that you can remove yourself from a situation and try something new. If work is what is exhausting you, apply for new jobs. There's some new opportunities out there. Your friends are becoming too much, ditch them. Go out to some new events. There are opportunities out there for you to meet new friends. Look for some hobbies around town that you can join in on so you can meet some people who have similar interests to you. So this is kind of the general message that is being given to you. You have a lot of opportunities, but right now, just some of the people you have around you, they're exhausting you. It's interesting. This is kind of similar to Pam's message. And as you guys notice, every live video with oracle cards, like I have to pull the card completely out or else that card will come up 5 or 6 different times because, right, we're all being pulled here in this vibration because all of our vibrations are similar right now. All right, so let's pull your oracle card to see how that pulls in a little bit more, right? Hey, Carla Young, welcome. Hey, Lisa from Atlanta. Hey, good evening from UK, Liverpool. Oh, okay. Before we get into that, let me pull this card so that my energy isn't pulled from one person to another. All right, Janae, let me, here we go. Here is your card here. And it is called Inner Temple, Devotion. Tune in to the portal of your heart, right? Our heart is that door between our upper and lower self, right? So tuning into it, right? That goes with that Page of Wands, right? If someone's not, allow for your heart to guide you to those that you're connected to. If you're not feeling balanced, right, you're going to be in this chaos, this limbo of all the drama and just feeling exhausted from other people's drama. And again, the inner temple. It's your inner peace that really matters here. So this card these readings are just here to remind you to keep that balance, right? A lot of us must be going through this right now, right? And it is good, right? Springtime is here. Spring cleaning. We think about that for our material world around us, but also it should be for our spiritual and our social world around us as well, right? So, and that's part of our inner temple, right? It's making sure that those things that are vibrating around us are really nurturing for us or helping to build us in some way. So Carla is also, oh, hey, Lisa. Okay, so our friend from Liverpool is saying that they are ill. So let's go ahead. Let's send you some rainbows for healing, right? Whenever we feel beat down, right? We need healing energy. We can always reach out to that rainbow. Using that rainbow energy really helps to heal us, not just on the physical realm, but also in the spiritual realm as well. So yes, Tony is saying spring cleansing spiritually. Yes, I like that. All those S's there. So, hey Samantha, all the way from Australia. Welcome. Moon as Zabi. Hello, beautiful goddess and everyone. I love that. Hi, everyone. Hey, Jessica. Welcome. Jessica can too. Okay, so again, if you guys would like a reading, go ahead and get on the spiritrealm.net, right? It's going to be a little easier for me to see you because I do see a lot of messages running through Facebook pretty quickly. So, all right. So Lisa's asking for a love reading. So let's move a little bit away from the health. And then also what we had here was our social health, right? Our physical health, social health, and so that's kind of leading us now into love and romance, right? So this is cool. We've got some flow going on today. All right, so love is definitely always a complicated topic. Love is hard to read when you're reading for yourself. This is often a time when a lot of other professionals will maybe refrain from reading from themselves and taking a moment to have someone else read for them, right? Because issues of the heart, right? Because the heart is the door between the higher and lower self. When we're getting right into that heart, it can create a lot of, like a washing machine, chaos. Janae is saying that was actually quite accurate. Thank you. You're welcome. All right, Lisa. All right, so again, knocking that energy out of the cards here. And we're going to do, it's a general reading, but a general reading on love, right? So we're going to just kind of peer into your love life. Sometimes if we ask questions about things too specifically, readings can get a little more complicated. So it's good to start off with the Celtic Cross, because once you get it in there, you can start pulling other cards for other questions. All right, Janae, or Lisa. Like, make sure I've got the right person, right? Lisa from Atlanta. Lisa from Atlanta. I am from Marietta, so we are not too far away from each other physically. All right, Lisa from Atlanta. Okay, so again, the first card we put down is what's happening in the subconscious, right? What is happening within what is the conscious? And then our 4 elements that are playing in on that. Okay. So we, of course, are going to start here with the root, death. Ooh, so that is talking about major transition. So underneath everything, you're going through some major transition here. 3 of Swords. Are you going through a breakup right now? Because that's you know, that 3 of Swords with the Death card. That seems like quite a hit right there to get. So someone kind of breaking your heart. And that can really transition things, not just the relationship, but, you know, deeper within you, right? Let's go up with the North first. So up here at the North, we've got your 10 of Swords. So this is definitely weighing down on you mentally, physically. You're going through a lot with this. We've got the Hierophant is coming out again. So again, it's talking about kind of that out of, we've got some of that yang energy coming in. Below here, we've got the Fool. I did shuffle these, but they're coming out again. So we've got the Fool here, but the Fool is opposite of the 10 of Swords. So here it's like you're kind of beating yourself up because you're like second guessing choices that you've made. That's why you have the Fool over from the 10 of Swords. And sometimes when we are ignorant to a situation, we don't always make the best choices, but that's part of learning, right? So don't beat yourself up too much. I see that that's happening here. Oh, okay, here we go. Okay, good. Some positive balance. So opposite from the Hierophant, we've got the Queen of Cups. So this is about nurturing, right? This is also about growing. So this Hierophant, and you know, this is balance because we are seeing the Hierophant, which is that masculine energy, opposite of the Queen of Cups, which is opposite of the Yin. So you've got Yin and Yang here. So it is talking about that balance that was there in the relationship with Yin and Yang. You've learned a lot. That's what this relationship was about, is really about pushing you, nurturing your emotions, breaking down your emotions so that they can, because sometimes when part of ourselves are broken down, it can be built back up in a different way. So let's pull some future cards on this, right? Let's just kind of see what's going on with this for the next like 4 to 6 weeks. And we've got the Strength card here. So the next 4 to 6 weeks, it's about testing your inner strength. And you will get through this, okay? So let's see what Spirit also has to add just with the Oracle deck, right? And if you have any questions, Lisa, just put that down into the comments. And we can expand on this if you like I said, if you have any other specific questions. So, hey Sammy from Australia and Lynette, welcome. Hey Monique, first time, welcome. I'm so glad to see you here. Lisa is saying, oh wow, I'm reading, exclamation mark. Yes, oh wow. Yeah, you are going through a lot. She's saying this is pretty spot on. Yeah, I mean with this Three of Swords here, that strength, again, that's the next 4 to 6 weeks, right? All right, so your oracle card that you're getting is this one right here. And it says leap. You go first. The universe will catch you. And that has a lot to do with strength. And I'm getting massive goosebumps here because right now with this death card, right, you're in major transition, which means you can leap. Take a leap of faith, right? With all this stuff that's going on. And that's part of the strength card here is taking that leap of faith. It can be so incredibly terrifying. And it does take strength to get over that type of fear, right? So go ahead and take that leap. This is saying the universe will catch you. And that's what's great about this transition with this death card. Again, it's hard. I see how hard it is. You've got this 10 of Swords. You've got this 3 of Hearts. But this strength card is going to get you through this for the next 4-6 weeks. And again, like I said, take a leap because the universe is going to be there to catch you, okay? You got this. It's not easy, right? It's not easy. It's not going to feel easy, but you're going to get it. Okay, you're going to be able to reflect back on this later on, and you're going to feel really glad that you did that you're going to be taking this leap. And it'll help you to heal and to transmute all this energy that you're going through, transmute all of the pain into something more positive. And that's what shadow work is really about, guys. That is what mastering the shadows is taking what you're going through right now, Lisa, and being able to take that leap of faith into this next thing and knowing the universe is going to catch you and being focused on that so that you're able to transition that energy. So, hey, Toomey. Yes, Toomey is asking, can I get a general tarot and oracle reading, please? Yes. Whitney, good morning from Australia. I am so glad to see you here. Yes. Okay. So yeah, Billy, Miley. So I see that you've asked again for about your ex calling after 22 years. So I really don't have to pull a card on that. But you know what, Billy, let me just pull a quick oracle card on that, okay? Because I feel like 22 years, two of you, you're playing on some number magic there. So we're going to pull just a quick oracle card for you real quick. Because I don't feel like we really need to go into the whole tarot thing, right? I mean, we could. I mean, I guess if you want to, just let me know. We could, because I feel like once we pop that open, you're going to want to pull what's going to happen in the next 4 to 6 weeks. And then the next 4 to 6 weeks. And it's going to be quite a in-depth conversation. But for this, the universe wants to send you this card here. Unbound. Release soul patterns, contracts, and past lives, right? That's what that 22 is about. It's about releasing that connection from the past, right? You're still drawn together because that cord was never cut. So now is the time for you guys to come back together and to be able to release that cord and be more comfortable where you are now in life. So, and you know, friendship is always fantastic. Knowing that there's a connection there that doesn't have to be romantic. It's another type of fulfillment there. All right, so I'm going to put the website in again in the comments. So if you guys want a reading, hit me up over there. because it's just easier for me to see you. Okay. And then also, if you're commenting from YouTube, I can see you guys. It's just Facebook is going through so fast. Yes, so Billy is saying, yes, that's what I'm feeling, friends. Yes, and that's exactly what the cards are saying. But this is great. It means you're going to be able to move into a new space with that. All right, Tumi, so let me pull these cards for you. We're going to do the general Celtic reading for you. Actually, let's do the 3-card pull. Hey, Lisa from Edinburgh. That's a great question. Let me pull a card for you on that after I'm done here with Tumi. So Carla Young is saying I was after Lisa. So I'm not really going in any particular order. I'm just kind of going to whoever I'm feeling drawn to. So if you are wanting to get pulled in, right, and you're on spiritrealm.net, just take that big deep breath in, right? You might be holding on to some energy that's making it a little harder for me to connect with you. So just kind of take that big deep breath in and release. Allowing yourself to relax and let go, right? But keep putting in the comments, right? Because I don't mean to skip over you. I was just kind of, I'm going back and forth, right? All right, Tumi. So we're going to do the 3 cards, right? But we're going to do it this way. We're going to do 1, 2, 3. So a little quicker. All right, see, we've got some cards repeating themselves from other readings, right? Because we're all kind of in a similar vibration. The Emperor. The Emperor is similar to the Hierophant, but not quite the same. We've got 4 swords here. All right, guys, we've got a lot of similar energy coming up, right? A lot of us are feeling really mentally stressed and strained, right? It's okay to take a nap throughout the day, right? 30-minute cat nap. It's okay to say no when someone invites you to an event. The Emperor. So the Emperor it's talking about, so the Emperor can mean several different things, but in this card today, it is more talking about needing to kind of like look up to a leader, right? You're looking up to leaders for advice. This can also demonstrate maybe you're doing some people pleasing, right? Because there's someone that you're seeing as a superior to you, a leader that you want to please. But it's I'm seeing here it's exhausting for you. It's exhausting for you to be operating like this, to the point that you are considering whether or not to walk away, right? There are times that you're feeling really emotionally like drained, right? It's a bit too much, right? Let's see what advice Spirit is going to give to you, right, on how to deal with this situation. Because, like, I can see why you want to please this Emperor, right? Like, they are a good leader. They're definitely someone who can get from place to place. All right, so this is the card. Warrior Woman. If you weren't afraid, what would you do? So again, this kind of goes back a little bit to the people-pleasing aspect with the Emperor, right? There's like a fear there, like you're pleasing them because you have a fear that if you don't do what you think that they want, they're going to look down on you. This is saying that warrior woman, if you release that fear of what they might think of it, what would you do? Maybe do that and see what happens. You might get a different response than what you were expecting in a more pleasant way. So that is your reading for today. Thank you so much for allowing me to pull those cards for you. right? Because often we all end up in that situation, right? Especially with like work, volunteering, all the different, oops, I totally messed up my camera. And just friends too. Like we all have friends that we look up to, right? But like what would you do? How would you do things differently if you weren't afraid of, them judging you for your weirdness or your unusual idea, right? There's a lot we tend to keep in, right? Because we respect someone, we're afraid of, if they see this weird part of us or this other side of us that they might not might not be what they like, right? Many ways in life we go through that. But Spirit is saying, be that warrior woman. Okay, so I totally saw someone on Lisa, which Lisa was it? Lisa from Edinburgh. On Facebook, you asked the question, and this is an easy one card pull, so we're just going to do Oracle. Am I on the right path, right? So we're going to pull just one card for this, and then we are, hey, Tumi is saying thank you. It resonates with my work situation. I am glad that helps, right? But just do you a little more. You'll be surprised. So, all right, and then Carla, I'm going to pull your cards after I pull this one for Lisa. I did not forget about you. When you make some noise, I can't ignore that. That's why I say just put in the comments as much as you can, right? I'll get to you. All right, Lisa, am I on the right path? Let's see here. Are you on the right path right now? Spirit says, Sisterhood of the Rose, beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. It is saying being on the path of your spiritual self is the right path. As long as you are taking some time every single day to put in that work to your spiritual path, everything else that you're being guided to do will be in alignment with your path. It will be the right path. Because when you take that time to put into your spiritual truth, everything else aligns into place. Everything else on your path, all those obstacles start to clear out and the path becomes more clear. So again, as long as you are putting that effort every day into your spiritual self-truth, into practicing that, whether it be meditation, if you're a religious person, maybe going to your temple, your church, maybe finding friends, maybe putting your own little sacred space together, right? Whatever, maybe it's working out. Whatever helps you to create your spiritual self-truth in that space, that helps you to bring spirit so that you can connect to spirit in that space, as long as you are dedicating every day some time for that, everything else in your path will be what it needs to be. You will be on the right path. Everything else will unfold as it needs to. So thank you so much, Lisa. That is such an important message, and that's really a message to everyone. So thank you so much for asking that question. And I think that's why I felt really drawn to you is, that's a universal message for every single one of us who is asking that question. Am I on the right path? Right? A lot of us ask that several times throughout our life. Am I on the right path? Am I doing the right thing? Right? As long as you are taking that time to dedicate your time to spirit will help you guide you on that path so that you don't have to keep asking those questions and things will unwind as they need to. So thank you so much. That is such a beautiful message. So, okay. So Cheryl Nelson would also like a reading. All right, Carla Young, are you still here with us? Because if you are, I can pull a card. Yes, Carla Young. Okay, love. To me saying, I went for an interview and hoped that they were pleased with me. Yes. So to me, I see a lot of opportunities opening up for you with leadership Just making sure that you're truthful with yourself as you're presenting yourself. You're going to get where you need to be so that you don't feel exhausted. Hey, Sammy from Australia. Hey, Erica Gibbs. I'm so glad to see you here. I was wondering where you were. All right, Carla Young, I'm going to give you some time to respond because I know everything on all of these, they lag like crazy. So, you're welcome to me. Erica, you had an appointment today. Oh, look at you. Erica's putting her emojis. I just love seeing all the emojis because it just brings so much color to the screen. So, by the way, if you're trying to get my attention, emojis, yeah, my eyes, they go there. So, I'm glad that you're able to make it even though you had an appointment today. So, yes. So, I'm going to pull cards for Carla Young. We are going to pull, did you have a specific question, Carla? We're going to pull some tarot cards for you. Cheryl Nelson's like, me, let me put some purple hearts. Hey, Allison, welcome. Erica's like, I put emojis. I want a reading. So, yes, general reading for Carla. All right. So, we're going to do a general reading with the Celtic Tarot spread. Instead of doing the 3 cards. So, you guys can kind of see a little bit more what that is. Cheryl's saying, love, Erica enjoys. Yes. Erica always brings so much excitement to the comment section. All right, here we go, Carla. We've got your subconscious, the conscious aspects, and the 4 elements that are playing around on kind of what you're going through right now. All right, so deep within the subconscious, here on this card, we have the Page of Swords. So this shows me that you are being tested mentally with some things that you have not gone through before in life. So it's all new for you, some new obstacles. So your mind is having to work in a way it hasn't had to before. 2 of Cups. Ooh, so it's somebody in your life who's challenging you mentally, maybe causing you to see some new perspective in life. That's exciting. All right, so for the elements playing around, we've got the Tower card, right? That makes sense with how that you're seeing things change, right? Because the Tower card shows that you had something very fundamental in your perspective change, switch around. Excuse me. So sometimes, excuse me, sometimes they come in pairs. A Tower card means that something that was like a fundamental or foundational belief gets pulled out from underneath us. That can be good when we're around people who are there to catch us and support us. It can really be very, very growing for us. But if we don't have anyone, it can be really hard to go through that. Here, we've got the High Priestess. So this is showing me that you've got that spiritual element that's coming in that's really impacting this relationship that you have and helping you to change into, or I wouldn't say change, but to see things in a new way. Challenging your mind. You've got your Knight of Cups. So this is also showing me that it is also affecting your emotions, but your emotions have felt this, what you're going through, it's been through this in a way before. And so while your mind might be challenged in a way that's new, you're in an emotional state that you're a little more mature in, right? So you might want to feel a little bit more with your emotions up to your logic, right? And then what we have also, we've got the Strength card here, which is great with the Tower card. So what this is really showing me is as you're going through this huge transition and all these things are changing, you have a really good support system here, a really amazing support system, because this fundamental change, and I have a feeling this is going to be going on for some time, right? More than just the 4 to 6 weeks, that you're going to be having a lot of things that you thought that the world was, or things that you really thought was a foundational belief, is not something that is really the truth that you thought it was. And you're going to be okay with that. It's going to be hard, right? That's why we have the Strength card here, opposite of the High Priestess, because it's really changing you on a fundamental spiritual level, not just in this life, but this is probably beliefs that you've carried on from past lives too, right? So it's a huge fundamental change. It really is. It's not easy. Again, that's why you have the Strength card here. But this is really exciting. So thank you so much for allowing me to pull these cards for you. That is an exciting thing to be going through. All right, let's pull that one oracle card for you. All right. And it is saying transformation. And that's exactly what the whole reading was about, right? That's exactly what it sums it up. Things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing, right? Again, it's fantastic when we do a Celtic spread like this, right? We get these details, and then we get one card from the Oracle deck that really helps, you know, it gives the exact theme to what all those cards were saying, right? That's like confirmation. So again, that's another reason why we might want to use tarot and oracle together when we're doing readings, especially if there are matters of the heart or matters where we feel really torn apart, you know, when you're pulling from both, if they're not matching, again, your energy might be a little too chaotic. But when we're really on point with spirit, right, everything's going to be consistent with one another. So thank you so much for allowing me to pull that card for you. All these cards. This is so fantastic. Thank you. And have fun with this transformation. Like I said, I know it's not easy with that Tower card. Whenever that Tower card shows up, it is not an easy situation. But again, that Strength card is there for you. You've got the High Priestess. So yeah, Carla is saying spot on. Thanks. You're welcome. I'm so glad. All right, so let me pull just some oracle cards for some people. So go ahead and put that down in the comments if that's what you're looking for. All right, Laura Grant, I'm feeling drawn to you. So Laura Grant, let me pull a card for you. Oh no, Winnie is saying my internet crashed, but I am back. Erica Gibbs is all peace, balance, the cross. Oh no, Karen, I'm so sorry to hear that. Karen is saying that she tried to put a message in through the website, but it would not send. So Karen, I will pull a card for you right after Laura. All right, so Laura Grant, here I have a card for you. Here is your reading. And it is Anna, grandmother of Jesus. See, Erica, you put the crosses out here and you call in that Jesus energy. No, I'm just kidding. Laura, all right. Seeding the light, laying foundation, divine plan. You know, it's interesting that this also comes up right after what? Easter. I'm not sure, Laura, if you are a Christian, if you have some type of connection to the cross. But this card is really talking more about that faith element that's there. But it's also talking about Anna, the grandmother of Jesus, right? She was there to guide, you know, Mother Mary through the birth and all the negativity that would have come towards her and towards Joseph during that situation. And to not get too political into religion, this card is really significant in showing that nurturing ability, being that mother figure that is above with wisdom, right? There's a lot of wisdom there, a lot of wisdom and a lot of love. So your message here is just to share your wisdom, share your love, and be that grandmother in this situation. And when I say grandmother, I mean that wise person that's got ancient wisdom to share with others and the patience and love to share with it. So I hope that that resonates for you, and thank you so much for allowing me to pull that card for you. Hey, Marwa, welcome. All right, let's see here. Hey, El Cleo, welcome. All right, so the next card I'm going to pull is for Karen. So yes, Karen was having issues with getting onto spiritrealm.net. So let me pull a oracle card for you. You're welcome, Laura. Brittany Kitty, hey. I feel as if I'm going through a spiritual awakening. Well, welcome. All right. So Karen, here is your card. It kind of pulled itself up as I was going through. And it says, take a break. A life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. Right? It's okay to take a break here and there. It's okay. Spring break, right? Everyone has that time for themselves to take a break, to relax. It's not like you're stopping something, but you need a break, right? So you were asking for a reading for Corinna Mara. Okay, so Corinna, you're asking about love and health, and for your friend Corinna, right? So this is not just a message for you, but also for Corinna. It is, maybe the two of you guys need to get together and have a spa day, have a me day, have a rest day. This isn't just about taking a break by yourself. Having a friend to take a break with can really help in a healing situation, right? So you guys need to get out together. Go have some fun together. That's right. Thank you so much for allowing me to pull that card for you. El Cleo has been here the whole time. Let me pull a card for you over on YouTube, right? I'm like all over the place. YouTube, Facebook, spiritrealm.net. I absolutely love it. I love that you guys are all here connecting. All right, El Cleo. So here we go. Here is your card. And it says, Imrama. Where are you being called to journey to? Meditation. Sit in meditation with pen and paper. Ask spirit questions. Write what comes down to mind. Allow for spirit to start guiding you. What is your journey calling you to do? Start asking those questions, and through meditation, allow for your mind to come up with these answers, right? All right, Sandy. I know you guys have been so patient with me everywhere. Karen is saying, thank you. That makes sense. You're welcome. All right, Sandy, over on spiritrealm.net. Let me pull a card for you. I'm pulling Oracle because we are kind of getting towards the end of our session, and I want to make sure I can get to as many of you as possible, right? So we're just going to pull some Oracle here. So Corinna, we just pulled a card. Your friend was here asking for you. Karen, she was asking for me to pull that card for you. And so we had just pulled for you and for her, take a break, right? Spirit wants you guys to hang out, have some time with friends and relax, enjoy life, right? Get back on the treadmill later, but step off of it for a moment. So Erica is saying that every time that she goes to the Spirit Network, spiritrealm.net, you have problems and can't connect and send messages. So thank you so much, Erica, for letting me know. I know that you are not the first person who said that over here. And again, that's why I'm on multiple platforms, right? You can't get me at one place. I'm going to be somewhere else, right? So, and so next week we are going to be more focused on being on the website. So it's important for me to know that. And I will be on YouTube. So next week, I think Spirit Realm is not going to be as focused as doing the Facebook Lives. So you can check me out over on spiritrealm.net, but also on Mystic Path LLC's YouTube page. Mystic Path LLC, which of course you can find Mystic Path LLC on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, and mysticpathllc.com. So, I was totally going to pull a card for someone. Did I say who I was going to pull a card for next? Anyways, Sandy. Yes, Sandy from spiritrealm.net. Are you here with us? I'm going to pull a card for you because you are next. Sandy. Bernice, I love your aliens. I guess I'm being drawn to green today because Sandy's got a nice little clover over here and Bernice has got an alien. Sandy, we got 2 cards that just came out for you. Get grounded. Empaths are highly sensitive. Go connect with nature. Well, this is that get off the treadmill card, but in another form, right? Get out and be with nature. Ground yourself. Let the earth help take that energy out of your body because you are storing in your cells energy that doesn't belong to you, picked up from other people. So when you go out in nature, hug on a tree, your body's going to release that energy into the tree and into the ground. Just like how we breathe, breathing in and breathing out, when we breathe out, the trees breathe in. We have the sacred connection with trees. So hugging one, being a tree hugger, has a lot of health benefits, and especially letting things go and allowing us to be grounded. Spirit also gave you this other additional card. Break the chain. Ancestral patterns. Oh gosh, those are always so hard, right? Healing and rewriting the future. That is definitely why you need to do some tree hugging and some grounding, right? Because that's stuff that's coming up, right? Ancestral trauma, you probably didn't know it was there until recently. As the world shifts, your DNA shifts, right? There's things that are stored in there. I mean, people don't fully understand all of that yet. But you can change things. You can make those. It's not going to be easy. Like it keeps saying, get grounded. Go hug a tree when you feel overwhelmed, Sandy. Sandy is saying, yes, I am. Yes, you are. Right? You're going to get through this, breaking those ancestral chains. And it does. It's going to help the planet and humanity to evolve. So thank you so much for taking on that, because that's not easy to be breaking those chains. So thank you so much, Sandy, for allowing me to pull that card for you. So Heavenly Faith, hello, welcome. Let me pull a card for you, Heavenly Faith. So I'm just going to pull an oracle card for you. Sandy is saying it all makes perfect sense. Hug that tree, Sandy. Hug it and breathe out and just let that energy go. It's going to feel so good. Oh, that's right. El Cleo. I was going to pull a card for you. I am so sorry. I got ADHD. All right, El Cleo. So let me pull your oracle card because I know that I was focused on you earlier and then I had that ADHD moment. All right, El Cleo. So here is your card here. Soul family. Call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone, right? We're seeing a really big theme in today's video, right? It's all about who we're keeping around us. Our soul family, right? Listening to our vibrations inside. If something makes us feel uneasy, triggered, clamp up, those aren't people that are meant, those aren't part of your soul family. It's okay to not, you can love someone from afar and be like, I don't have time for you. It's okay to do that. You can still love them and say no, right? That way you can make room for your soul family. And being with yourself, allows you to connect with part of your soul family that's not in the physical form, right? Spirit guides, God, ancestors, your soul family's here. Thank you so much, El Cleo, for allowing me to pull that for you. So Heavenly Faith is saying something about repenting. Yeah. So Heavenly Faith, I think we need to pull a card for you, because that's some that's fear-based energy, wanting to go to Jesus because you want to repent. That's out of fear. Jesus doesn't work in fear. He works in love, right? And love and being with self, right? That achieving that I am, right? Healing us from our sins and from our guilt of our sins. Forgiveness, right? All right, so Heavenly Faith, let me pull this card for you. All right. So this card is saying boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? So I'm really thinking here that some of these boundaries are, not just going up to strangers and saying things like that. A big part of, that path with the Messiah is not to judge others, right? And allowing others to have that personal relationship with God, right? It's not your place to judge that. Only God, only the Messiah can judge that, right? Not us, not you, not me, right? So, well, you might want to remind people, in a loving way, also you might want to establish some boundaries in how you're approaching people with that. So that's kind of what Spirit is saying here is, while it's absolutely amazing for you to go around and reminding people about Jesus Christ, your Lord, but also just to be respectful. And, not everyone connects with God the same way that you do. And again, that's not your place to judge. And maybe reminding, I wouldn't say, the words repent might be not a healthy boundary word, boundaries. That's what Spirit wants to communicate with you today, is just all about those boundaries, Miss Heavenly Faith. So yes, Heavenly Faith is saying, don't take this personal or offensive. Jesus says, fearing the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. I love all my strangers and wish them in heaven. Everything you're saying, I already heard. Yes. Well, we are again here to share. Okay. Well, Heavenly Faith, I was hoping that you joined us here in some positive energy, but since we're seeing here that you are using some negative words like savior tactics in your explanations, again, that's not positive boundary words. You're not being respectful here, right? So your message in wanting to remind people is going to get completely lost and maybe pushed away, because you need to learn to respect boundaries, right? You're going to help get your message that you want towards others much more effectively when you start to respect those boundaries. So yes. All right. So, Sammy from Australia, connecting with yourself is super important. It is. It is super important. And that is why, talking about, I guess, the Abrahamic faith, right? One of the sacred names for God, right? Since we're speaking English and not Hebrew, which is the word of God, is I am that I am, right? I am that I am. That is the connection of self. Being the best you that you can be is the best way to honor God, right? And that's why we have the Messiah, so that we can forgive ourselves when we mess up instead of carrying that guilt, which causes illness, right? We were talking earlier with everyone here about, all the health readings, right? And we were talking about how other people affect us, but we also affect our own health, right? And how we carry our guilt around. And that was a huge message that Yahshua, right, the Messiah, gave to us, was to heal us from those sins, from that suffering within our body that's connected to that. So, but of course, that's the Abrahamic faith, right? God's connected with us because God is so magnificent. There's so many different ways that God connects with us. So, thank you, Heavenly Faith, for joining in with us and bringing up that conversation. But again, Spirit wants to remind you of boundaries, right? When we bring up those topics. So, yes, Carissa is saying, thank you for saying that so well, Lee. You're welcome. Thank you, Carissa, or Carrie, for joining me here with live. And yes, Erica is saying, demonstrate God's love and love. Yes, that's the best way, right? To demonstrate that is by our actions. Yes. Yes, nobody. So before we switch on to the next person, yes, I never rejected anything, Miss Heavenly Faith. When people told people to repent, right? So Heavenly Faith only Yahshua, right? Not Jesus, Yahshua, which is the name of the Messiah, right? That was the words that he was called by his mother and those around him while he was physically with us. Joshua, right? You personally cannot judge me. You personally cannot judge anyone here, right? That's actually an act of blasphemy, the highest act of blasphemy against God, as Joshua explained, right? Only God and only one Joshua comes down to judge, right? But again, that's talking about boundaries, right? It's not your place to judge anyone. It's not your place to tell people to repent. That's God's place. That's Joshua's place. No human on earth has that place. And when they enact that, they are going against God, and it is the highest act of blasphemy. So again, that's why Spirit wants you to learn about these boundaries, is because Spirit wants to make sure that you are protected, right? That you yourself can take that time to repent, because as you tell others to repent, you are enacting this act of blasphemy, right? Because you're not protecting it. But Spirit doesn't want you to feel guilt, right? Joshua doesn't want you to feel guilt. He wants you to, just respect boundaries of others, right? And that you can repent for, judging others, right? As God should judge others. So, but again, boundaries. That's you showed up here for a message from Spirit, and that's the message that Spirit wants to send to you. Is it's all about boundaries, right? And knowing where your place is. So, all right, thank you so much. So Sammy said, I think I answered my own question. I need to connect with me. Yes. So, all right. So Brittany Kitty is asking for a reading. Erica saying, we supposed to change our own selves first before we can tell anybody else what to do. Yes, Erica, and that is totally true. And that is exactly why, right? That was part of the message, right? With that, with Jesus Christ or Yahshua is, right, not hating ourselves, right? Because that can cause illness within our bodies. That's where illness within our bodies originates from. So, all right. So, all right. Cheryl is saying everyone has their own life to live and learn from. Exactly. Cheryl, that's exactly we do, right? And that's why we can't judge others, right? And we know not to, right? And when we start to, right, what does that do? It creates negativity. It brings our vibrations in a place that it's not meant to be. So, Kittle. Oh, okay. Yes, thank you, Brittany, because I probably need to start wearing my glasses more. Brittany Kittle. All right, I'm going to pull a card for you. All right, Brittany Kittle. All right, we're going to pull a card for you. And your card is saying the crumbling. What are you clinging on to? This kind of looks a bit like the Tower card from the tarot deck, right? So the Tower card in the tarot deck is talking about clinging on to beliefs that might not be true, that might not be for our best, building us up at our best, right? So what is it that you're clinging on to that's not exactly fitting your self-truth? This is a great time to go into meditation with that question. Allow for your mind to explore it. Use pen and paper and really kind of write down, like, what is it that you're clinging on to, right? Because the world is changing right now. It is changing in a very, very big way. And as it changes, a lot of our beliefs are going to have to shift with it, right? So we're going to have to be able to let go of things that we are holding on to, beliefs that we're holding on to, relationships that we're holding on to that are ready to let go. Letting things go is a positive thing, right? It allows you to let it go and make room for something new, not just for you, but also for what you're letting go, right? Just let it go with the flow. It's much easier said than done, but until you can go in and start asking those questions with yourself, it's going to be a little harder to kind of focus on that. So, all right. So Brittany is saying, okay, I will do that. So, yeah, Susan is saying, okay. All right. Cheryl's bouncing back and forth. Well, okay. So we are over on our time, but I will be back next Wednesday. Yeah, Brittany is saying, I'm holding on to a relationship. So, that seems to be just the theme for today is, letting, I think through all the readings, even was it Miss Faith over Heavenly Faith, who's joined us over here. Our whole theme of today's reading seems to be focused on those relationships that we have with others and boundaries, right? Heavenly Faith, I think, really brought up that point with boundaries, with having our faith with others, but also knowing ourselves, right? Knowing ourselves well enough to know, does this person fit my vibration or do they not, right? Sometimes we have friends, right, that we might not always vibrate on the same level with. Marriage is a great example of that, right? Like, you get stuck with someone you want to punch in the face and you just got to endure it, because 2 months later, all of a sudden, you're like, wow, you are my foundation in life, right? There are relationships that go through highs and lows, and they can be a little harder to know when to let go of, right? But yes, since you're already saying I'm holding on to a relationship, that first relationship you're thinking of is definitely the one that is coming up, talking about what you're clinging on to, right? And letting it go. And again, whenever we have that question, meditation is perfect, because that's a direct, connection to God's source directly. So, yes, Joshua, no judgments. So, all right. Thank you so much, everyone. I've gone over my time. Hopefully, Jim won't be too angry with me over on Spirit Realm Network. But I will be live every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m. on Facebook, spiritrealm.net, also on YouTube. So, yes. And also, if you follow me on YouTube, Mystic Path LLC, I'm going to be starting something new on Fridays called Fashion Friday, because I love magical fashion. I'm going to see if I can find some fashionista oracle cards, because, what's a live show without cards? But I'm also going to just be talking about just magical fashion in general. So, and that is Mystic Path LLC. Oh, no, I put LLG. Mystic Path LLC. And so you can follow me again on YouTube and on Facebook on Friday if you are into fashion at all, magic stuff. I'm going to, holy crap, I cannot spell at all apparently over here. Yeah. Because like what we wear, like the clothes we put on, first of all, color therapy can change how you feel about something based on the color you wear, which I will be talking about on Fashion Friday. But also, sometimes you put clothes on, you feel frumpy. Other clothes, you feel like more feminine, or you feel more masculine. Clothes that we put on our body invokes energy within us, within our mind, within the way we present ourselves. And that is a huge part of magic, believe it or not. So I'm going to start talking about that on Fridays. So yes, Sammy. So Saturday in Australia. Yeah. So it will be Saturday in Australia. So I'm not quite sure at the timing on Friday in which I'll be doing Fashion Fridays because it'll be new. So surprise timing. But again, all the live videos I do save so you guys can always watch the after effects. So we'll try it. It'll be something new. Hopefully it'll be as fun as I think it is in my head. So we'll see. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy the rest of your Hump Day Wednesday. Right? Hump Day? Woohoo. Getting through your week. So yeah. Yes, Joshua is saying skincare is also really important. So that's what I'm hoping to do with Fashion Fridays, is because it is about self-love and self-care, right? It'll just be fun to kind of do that. So I hope you guys can join me then and play around with that. So have a fantastic evening and take care till then.